Reba McEntire is best known as the Queen of Country Music, and for pretty good reason, with incredible songs like Fancy.
She said, just be nice to the gentleman, Fancy, they'll be nice to you.
And Does He Love You?
When he's holding me, and does he whisper?
The only competition for the throne she's ever had is Dolly Parton. But the real Reba fans know she has another passion too, and that's acting.
If I ever hear that you pulled your weapon on a traffic stop again, you and I will have a problem.
Yes, ma'am.
While Reba was a superstar in the music world, she didn't exactly land the most classic roles. She played a cow in Charlotte's Web.
He's a goner.
Yeah, but nobody eats cows.
And starred in the direct-to-video Fox and the Hound too.
Good doggy.
Yikes, not exactly career-defining roles. But after years of working her butt off, Reba finally got her own TV show, aptly titled Reba, which ran for an impressive 6 seasons before it ended for good. But is that true? Because a new show is coming out, one that will forever change Reba's legacy, for better or for worse. So what's it about? Will the old cast be returning? We're gonna find out. And that's not all. There are some mysteries about Reba that have bugged fans for years. Now, years later, the truth is coming out about what happened behind the scenes of Reba. Why did Kyra disappear from the show? And what's the crazy way she came back? What surprising real-life relationship bloomed from the show? And what shocking role did Reba McEntire turn down? And which one does she secretly want? How much do you really know about Reba? Buckle up. Today we're exploring the past, the present, and the future of one of the most underrated shows of all time. Whether you feel trashy or fancy, you're not gonna wanna miss this. So come on and let's go find out.
What happened?
Reba, an underrated classic. Okay, on paper, I don't think Reba should work. For one thing, the premise of the show, Reba's husband leaving her for a younger woman, is a super bummer. It's the kind of situation you watch TV to escape from, not one you'd think you'd want to watch. On top of that, the show wasn't exactly an escape from the real world, which is what viewers often expect. Reba wasn't sci-fi or Survivor. It was based on the messiness of real life. The characters dealt with teenage pregnancy, messy family life, just about every can of worms you can think of. But there is one huge thing that made Reba such a great show. Its most powerful strength was the way it subverted expectations. The show would give you a character you'd expect to be a certain way, and then everything would change. You get to watch that person evolve, much like we hope people do in real life. Okay, for example, one might expect that Reba and her dastardly ex-hubby's new wife, Barbara Jean, would simply be bitter enemies, acquaintances at best. But something very different happened on the show. They ended up unlikely friends. Or take the character of Van. Van is a jock, not the brightest guy, and worst of all, oopsie, he gets Reba's daughter pregnant. But then Van ends up being a responsible, caring husband and a father. Plus, just a hilarious dude and a fan favorite.
I'm just feeling, well, I don't really like talking about the way I feel because it makes me feel, well, I don't want to talk about it.
But while we may have learned everything there was to know about the show's colorful characters, there is a whole world of secrets behind the scenes, so let's find out the truth about Reba that they could not show on TV. The truth about Reba. What happened to Kyra? In some ways, TV is a way to control the messiness of life. The writers get to choose who gets married, who gets hit by a bus, and who drives off to California and never comes back. Trust me, if I had that kind of power in real life, there'd be a lot of people taking permanent vacations. And just one guy getting hit by that bus. Dean, you know who you are. But sometimes real life gets in the way of TV in some surprising ways. Now, Kyra was Reba and Brock's middle daughter, who has the fewest emotional issues of the family. The actress who played Kyra was absent for most of season 5, so what the heck happened? Well, it turns out the actress was dealing with a very serious problem, an eating disorder. Fortunately, she was able to recover in time for season 6, but now the writers were in a tough position. It was never really explained why Kyra's character just disappeared and then came back. So what did they do? Well, they tackled it in the signature Reba way, dark comedy. On the show, Kyra was asked, "Where have you been?" And she responded,
Where have you been?
I went to get something to eat.
I mean, wow, that's both funny in the moment and also packs a powerful punch once you know the truth. What real-life relationship came out of Reba? The series finale of Reba wrapped up 6 seasons of laughs, tears, and drama. But would you guess that one of the most unforgettable moments was actually true in real life? Throughout the show, the character of Barbara Jean was convinced Reba and her were very close friends, despite the fact that Reba's husband ditched Reba for her. And in the early seasons, Reba acts how anybody would act, bitter and resentful. But as the show went on, Reba's heart softened, and in the finale, she admitted that Barbara Jean was her best friend. And this isn't just TV magic or a plotline. The actors actually became besties in real life. Just look at what Melissa Peterman, who played Barbara Jean, has to say about Reba.
Reba, you look beautiful. Thank you, Billy. Are you leaving now?
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta say, I don't think I have any coworkers that I'd say that about. In fact, I don't think they'd be able to show my comments on TV, if you know what I mean. What unbelievable role did Reba land and turn down? Reba is definitely more famous for her music than her acting, even in Reba. But this might not have been the case. In the 1990s, Reba auditioned for a little art house movie called Titanic. Yeah, that Titanic. And she wasn't just trying out for the role of janitor number 6 or anything. She was wanted for the role of Molly Brown, the part that eventually went to the uber-talented Kathy Bates. Believe it or not, Reba won the part. And if things went as planned, you would have seen Reba surviving the sinking of the Titanic, and then becoming known as the unsinkable Molly Brown, which is true by the way. But things did not work out, because Reba turned down the role. So why did she reject such a life-changing job? Well, it's because Reba was touring a whole lot at that time, and she knew there were a ton of people depending on that income. If she pulled out and quit playing for the near future, dozens of people would be unable to put food on the table for their families. I do think things probably worked out for the best. Reba's career was, of course, fine, and Kathy Bates did an excellent job with that part. Fun fact, instead of Leonardo DiCaprio, the role of Jack was originally offered to Jared Leto, but he refused to audition. Whew, thanks Jared, we sure dodged a bullet. But even Leo didn't want the role at first. I mean, why is it so hard to get people to star in Titanic? They should have called me. Heck, I would have seen that iceberg. What role does Reba secretly want? Titanic may have been Reba's only shot at starring in a blockbuster, but maybe that's not set in stone. Cause Reba is revealing that she has a secret desire to star in a very different kind of film. Now I think Reba is a terrific actress, but she hasn't gotten a chance to play a wide variety of roles. I mean, on Reba, she basically played herself, but with a much worse life. But Reba recently said that she has a secret desire that she'd love to be in a Marvel film. She could be a hero or a villain. She says she'd have more fun being a villain. I mean, sure, it may be a bit crazy, but stranger things have happened. Nobody would have guessed that actors like Robert Redford or Owen Wilson would have popped up in Marvel projects, but they sure did. Even Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who you know as Elaine from Seinfeld, made her way into a Marvel film. And if she could do it, why not Reba? Reba can act on a TV show, but could Elaine sing fancy? I'm not sure. Reba Return. Ever since Reba went off the air, fans have prayed for its return. But as the years went on, it seemed less and less likely that the Queen of Country would have her show again. But now, Reba is coming back in a way that nobody saw coming. In the years since Reba, she has kept pretty busy with other projects. She's been starring in the 3rd season of the ABC show Big Sky, and she's reunited with Melissa Peterman, her BFF Barbara Jean on Reba. That was in the Lifetime movie Reba McEntire's The Hammer. So yeah, she's not just sitting on the couch like you or me, but still, Reba has expressed interest in getting the gang back together for a Reba reboot. Hey, say that 10 times fast.
We're very interested, and we've been working on it for several years now. We'd love that.
But tragically, most of the cast is busy with other commitments. So, a bit of bad news. Reba isn't coming back anytime soon, but it is the next best thing. Reba is planning to have her own show once again, with the same executive producers from Reba. In this new show, Reba's character will inherit her father's restaurant. But there's a twist. The job comes with a new business partner, her secret half-sister. I mean, hey, this sounds kind of interesting. I will certainly be watching. But will this new effort live up to the name? There is only one way to find out. We gotta watch. Alright, what do you think? Who was your favorite character from Reba? Do you think they should try to get the old cast involved, or should they move on? Could you imagine Reba in that Titanic role, or was Kathy Bates perfect? And finally, tell me your favorite Reba McEntire song. Get in the comments and tell us all things Reba. If you enjoyed our video today, please click that thumbs up icon to help this video circulate. Subscribe to our channel and come back often so we can keep telling you